back to Pia Talks. We are talking The Real Housewives of New York, Season 12, Episode 16. But before we get started, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content. And hit that thumbs up. All right, on to the show. All right, so, first we had The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills that were really getting to me. These ladies have driven me crazy. And now, these Housewives of New York, you know what? It isn't even all the Housewives of New York that's bothering me. It's Ramona that's bothering me. But before we get into the show, just a few updates that I have been noticing online that has been out of control. So I found out The Real Housewives of New York will actually have a in-person reunion. They will film the reunion in person, separated by social distancing. So this will be good. At least they'll all be in the same room. I did find out that Elise is not going to be invited to the reunion, and Elise believes it's because of a demand of Ramona's that she not be part of the reunion. Ramona was on Watch What Happens Live last night, and Andy asked her, does she regret her behavior towards Elise during filming? And she says that she does not. She feels that Elise had done something to her, but she doesn't feel like talking about it. So she, refused to discuss it. Late last week, Elise and Leah went online on Camo and posted a video that was a little much.
Ramona I've got 50 best friends. Well, guess what, bitch? Now she's down to 49 because I am out. You want a little tea on Ramona? Wait till you hear why she says that she can't meet a man. Listen to what she says. Come here. I have a friend who wants to give you a little tea on why Ramona can't meet a man.
She shits during sex.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't think that was absolutely necessary. To me, that just stoops to a level that is just not needed. I mean, I realize that her and Ramona are having a beef right now. They are going back and forth on social media. They don't like each other. That's fine. But why do we have to stoop to these antics? After that video was posted, Ramona went out on Instagram and posted a comment, and her comment was, there is absolutely no truth to this. These girls are blatantly lying to create a fake news in order to try to gain their own fame. It's very sad and immature and quite frankly mean girl behavior. They both have daughters, and Nicole Slang is a family friend. What an example they're sending them that bullying is acceptable. So Leah responds, okay, geriatric Regina George, aka Miss All Lives Matter, don't worry about the example I set for my daughter. She has an open mind and heart, treats all with respect, doesn't see people or treat people as less than, sees every race, religion, sexuality as equal. Elise was your actual friend. No idea why. You don't deserve Elise. Oh, hell no. And the B word. Oof. What the hell? I mean, these ladies, they are doing way too daggone much. I know that she has Ramona's phone number. Ramona has her phone number. I know they all know where each other lives. Can you call me? Can you send a text? Why is all this out here on social media? This is crazy. I also found out that Leah was actually Bethany's friend. And Bethany is the one who introduced Leah to the casting directors. And when Leah came on this season, she was supposed to come on as Bethany's friend. But Bethany later quit the show. So what they did was they said, well, we'll just bring Leah on and have her as Tinsley's friend, even though Leah and Tinsley were not friends before the show. So this is crazy. I would have loved to have seen Leah and Bethany together. So let's just get on to the show. These people, I cannot. Luann is having her fortune event with all the ladies. And can I just tell you, the ladies were beautiful when they got there. True enough. But when they got finished with those makeovers, they were gorgeous. I really think that was a great event, and I was really happy that Luann did that. That was really sweet. Ramona is there, and she wants to do everything but talk about Leah. She does not want to talk about Leah. She says Leah ruined her event. And she doesn't say Sonja ruined her event, but Leah, she ruined her event. She was dancing provocative. This is the thing. Luann was a part of the dance. Dorinda was a part of the dance. Elise was a part of the dance, and Leah. So why is Leah the only one being singled out about this dance? And I believe it's because while she was dancing, well, it looked more like humping. While they were doing whatever that was, her dress rose up and you could see her underwear. So the whole thing was embarrassing. I understand. I totally get it. But why are you holding Leah's feet to the fire and nobody else? You know, Ramona does too much. Then she says that Sonja's behavior has become a liability. Become. Because she stomped all over that glass mirror, now she's a liability. She was a liability a long time ago. Snap into reality, Ramona. Then Luann again tries to broach the subject of Leah, and Ramona, I'm so disgusted. I'm disgusted. I'm just disgusted. I can't talk about it. I won't talk about it. You know what? Stop it. Okay? We are tired of the fake theatrics. Cut it. This is ridiculous. She does this all the time. Oh my God. I just don't know. I'm so hurt by this. I'm hurt. You hurt my feelings. I don't know what to do. I was really hurt. I was disgusted by this. Oh my God. Girl. We don't believe it. We don't buy it. Be quiet. So it turns out that during the stomp parade that Sonja was having, Dorinda ends up getting cut in the foot with the glass. So Dorinda still has glass in her foot, but she's coming to Luann's event. No, I need my feet. Okay? I'm going to get this taken care of before I come to this event. But no, she comes, and she comes with Leah. So her and Leah are in the car driving over. And Dorinda, who is bringing shade all night long, okay? Dorinda was my pure entertainment this episode. But anyway, Dorinda says, can you believe it? Dorinda said that she had all the ladies chip in $100 to buy her that bag. I have never in my life had a friend throw a birthday party for themselves and then tell all the people that they invited that they should chip in $100 to buy me a purse. I think that's tacky. I don't know. Get down in the comments. Is that tacky? I was a little bit concerned about Leah thinking that her behavior was not that bad. It was pretty bad. I mean, you knew that you were at a party full of women, quote Leah, that are in their 60s and 70s. Also, you knew that these are business women, and everyone was being pretty stuffy, if you ask me. And then out of nowhere, you guys all decide to hump each other, and Sonja is stomping all over trays and everything. It didn't match. I mean, it was like that game you used to play as a kid on that show that I can't remember, but they used to say one of these things is not like the other thing, or one of these things are not the same, or something like that. When you looked around that room, this display that you guys were putting on didn't match what everybody else was doing. So it was a little bit, and it was embarrassing, but I don't think Ramona had the right to treat Leah the way she was, especially when she wasn't holding Sonja's feet to the fire at all. And Dorinda made a comment. I agree with Dorinda. I think that Ramona is extremely jealous of Leah, and it's not called for. It really isn't. Ramona is a really pretty lady, and she has a lot going for her. You don't have to sit around holding all this jealousy towards Leah. It just doesn't make sense. So Sonja gets there, and she absolutely says that she has no idea what happened. She was so drunk and so wasted, she doesn't remember the event. And when Luann and Ramona let her know what happened, she says, but I wasn't the only one dancing on tables. Well, actually, you were. You were the only one dancing on that glass tray. I don't even know what that was. Was it a serving tray? I have no idea, but she was the only one doing that. And she acted as if she couldn't remember it. Ramona was doing that passive aggressive thing that she does where she tries to ignore somebody, and Leah goes off on her.
Ramona is a terrible person, and everybody knows it. She's a bitch, she doesn't support women, and she's phony. And she singles me out. And you're one of her best friends, and she treats you like
That was not all right. It really wasn't. Not in front of all of those ladies. These people are here for a peaceful spa day, which was a special day for them. And you want to come in here and go off on Ramona and then storm out. That was not the way to go. To me, that was a selfish act. Don't interfere with these ladies' peaceful spa day. Sonja heads over to Century 21, and I am so happy for her. Something actually panned out for her. She has a beautiful collection on 2 floors in Century 21, plus another location. And that's just great. I am really proud of Sonja. Sonja is actually moving forward with something. We're still waiting on that toaster oven, but I am really proud of Sonja. That was great. That's a big accomplishment. So Ramona is talking to Sonja, and she brings up Leah's mental health.
I found out she's bipolar, and she's on medication, and I know people who are bipolar, and you cannot mix alcohol with meds. It makes you act not responsible.
That was absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. She says that one of her friends read Leah's blog and then told her about it. I don't care how she found out, but that was absolutely wrong for her to tell Sonja that and to come up with her own conclusions of why Leah behaves the way that she does. And Leah later says that Ramona has been spreading this around town, and I absolutely believe her. I believe that Ramona has been spreading Leah's personal business around town. However, she did write about it, and it's a public blog, so it's possible that it was already circulating because you put it in the blog and then you acted the way you did at the party. Some of those ladies were probably already trying to figure out who you were. I mean, this is a lot. Ramona was willing to say all types of things about Leah to others, but she won't say those things to Leah's face, and that's a problem. Don't be willing to talk about somebody behind their back, but not be willing to sit down and have the conversation face to face. It's childish. It's immature. Be grown up enough to sit down and have this conversation with Leah. And if you still don't think that you can come to some resolution, then stop inviting her to stuff. That's all you have to do. It's one or two things. Either we're going to have this conversation, we're going to work it out, and you're going to behave differently at my events, or I'm just not going to invite you to my events. But don't do this passive aggressive, I'm avoiding you, I'm giving you the silent treatment as if I'm a toddler. Don't silent treatment somebody. You are too grown for that. It took me a minute, but when they got there, I realized Elise wasn't on this trip. Elise has been on all events this season, but she didn't come to Mexico. And I bet that had a lot to do with Ramona. See, Ramona irritates me so bad. This whole episode was about me and my feelings for Ramona. She comes into the house and she says, "Oh, look how many servants." She was so happy that there were people for her to boss around. People for her to help unpack her luggage, iron her outfits, steam press this, grab me a drink, hot curl my hair. I mean, it was a lot. The rest of the girls pretty much did all of their stuff themselves, except for Ramona and Sonja, who needed somebody to do everything. These two just rubbed me the wrong way. This place that Dorinda picked out was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, breathtakingly beautiful. And I think it's up in my top 5 best places the Housewives have stayed. This place was gorgeous. She played a game with them so that nobody could be fussing and fighting over who got what room. Luann, thank God, is the first one to be able to pick her own room. Then Leah, then Ramona and Sonja. Thank you, because those room battles were way too daggone much, and they are too grown for this. They all ended up with really good rooms. Ramona and Sonja ended up sharing a room like they always do, and they, have 2 queen beds in their room, so they were happy. So Ramona does what she does. Her and Sonja are having a conversation, and I was hurt. I was so hurt by Leah's behavior.
I was very hurt and disappointed the way Leah was at my birthday party. I said, can you please act like mature at my party? Just no problem.
If my daughter was there, I'd ask the same thing. She didn't lift up her skirt.
I had to pull it down.
I asked her.
I had to pull
She
it
said she
down
didn't do that.
in front of my 50 closest girls.
She should have been her best behavior.
That's my thank.
I just don't understand this. Why does she act this way? Are you people over it? Are you done? I'm done with it. I'm done with Ramona. I really am. But what really pissed me off was Ramona says, I told her when I invited her that I needed her to be a grown-up at my party. And what really ticked me off is when Sonja said, oh yes, if my daughter was there, I would have told her the same thing. Told who what? The same thing. Told yourself the same thing? Told yourself to act like a grown-up, not get drunk, not scream across the party about whose friends is whose friends, and not dance on the daggone serving glass tray? Would you have told yourself not to act like that? What? I was totally pissed off at Sonja. I'm thinking, I know you of all people are not trying to take sides and downplay your behavior over Leah's. You were just as bad, if not worse, because you broke that tray and Dorinda got cut. Then they sit down for a little lunch and Sonja makes some crass comment about camel toe and Ramona laughs it off. And Leah says, if I had said that, that wouldn't have happened. And that is the truth. If Leah would have made that same comment, Ramona would have said how she was so unladylike and crass. But it's okay when Sonja says it. And she tries to say later that she is offended by Leah because she's so young and she can change if she wanted to, but Sonja can't. Sonja could change as well. I think that's a lie. I think you're just total BS, Ramona. So Leah sits down with Dorinda. They have a conversation and she tells Dorinda that Ramona is spreading the gossip to everybody about her bipolar 2 disorder, and she said that she was lifted up her skirt or her dress at the party, and that's not what happened. And Dorinda said, well, how do you know? And she said, well, she told Sonja and Sonja told me. Of course she did. Of course she did. Because that's what the Housewives do. They tell everything that they know. So this way it keeps the drama up, which is entertaining for us. But gosh. So Leah says that she was diagnosed when she was 30 with her bipolar disorder 2, but that over the last 7 years she's been doing everything she can to get it under control, but that she's not on medication for it. I don't know enough about bipolar to know if she should be medicated or not, but what I do know is that it's not my business. Dorinda goes and has a conversation with Ramona and tells her you should have, a talk with Leah. And she says, oh no, she should come to me and apologize for her behavior. Why? You are not her mother. She does not have to come to you and apologize to you. You both should sit down and have a conversation. In the conversation, I think there should be apologies on both sides. She should apologize for the screaming and hollering and just being a mess at the party. But you should apologize for how you treated her at the party, as well as going around town spreading her business. There should be apologies on both parts, and Sonja should be held to the fire with her apologies as well. Ramona also crossed a little bit of a line with me too. Sonja was clearly out of her mind, clearly wasted. And Ramona makes a comment that Sonja hasn't really been drinking today, so she must be on some kind of medication that's causing her to act like this. So in other words, she's popping the pills. I mean, why would you say that out loud? Why won't you get your friend some help? Sonja was everywhere. She was naked. She could hardly talk. She was slurring her speech. She was flopping around everywhere. It was quite obvious that this woman needs some help. Luann goes up to check on them, and she comes back and she says,
Dorinda, she's in the bag already. Where's she been?
I don't know.
She said she was drinking Coke.
Definitely, it was a very spiced Coke. What is Sonja?
Okay. Later, Dorinda's having a conversation with Luann about Sonja, and she says, well, she said she was having Coca-Cola and rosé, and Luann said, Coke and rosé do not go together. Yuck. And that is the truth. Okay. But later in the evening, you saw her order a Coke and rosé. That doesn't even sound like that's good. Then Dorinda brings up how Ramona is avoiding Leah.
Hear the ring of avoidance with a tinge of fear? She's gonna do anything. Oh my God, there's a mosquito on the thing. Oh my God, I like your shoes on ceviche. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling anything. Someone get a taser and calm her ass down.
It was really childhood antics of avoiding. It really was. The conversation between Leah and Ramona was just ridiculous.
I'm really just disappointed that you would talk about my depression issues behind my back as a way to belittle me when I've actually overcome all of them.
Maybe I'm trying to make an excuse for your behavior, how you hurt me. You acted like crazy at Newport.
You're talking about something from months ago.
No, you know what? I don't know what I'm saying.
I know you don't.
I'm crazy. You're right. I'm crazy.
Well, I never called you crazy. You called me crazy.
Ramona
You called me crazy.
You're right.
But you're talking about my vagina to half the Upper East Side. So
honey,
weird.
I have no interest in your body parts at all. You know what? I don't even like the word. So just forget about it.
Neither one of them, I believe, was truly ready to sit down and have an adult conversation. I don't think so. Ramona was still avoiding and still trying to play the hurt, damsel in distress act. Oh, I'm hurt. I don't care. We don't care. Have this conversation and stop running from it. This season has really sunk to some kind of low. All these ladies have done this season is get completely wasted and fight each other. Completely wasted and fight each other. They go to these beautiful places and they can't even really enjoy themselves and have 5 seconds apiece because they have to fight each other. And it's getting to not be fun anymore. I mean, I do like a little drama. I like a little arguing here and there, but I also like to see some good times. And they don't have enough good times because they're always arguing and fighting each other. It's crazy. I can't wait for next week, so I hope you guys hang in there with me. And until next time, bye.